Hello, my name is Winona. I am the most ordinary girl who loves her friends, math, and cat. But today is not about me. I want to tell you about my sister. My sister is 5 years older than me. She's very beautiful and plays tennis really well. She has many awards, certificates, and medals. She also loves the mountains very much. She just adores the outdoors. She's ready to spend all her free time climbing walls or going to the mountains. She started rock climbing a long time ago and achieved great success in it. My sister Sadie is the pride of not only the family but also the whole school. She has many fans and many friends. It has always been this way, but for the last 2 years now, she's been sitting in a wheelchair. 2 years ago, she had a bad fall while hiking in the mountains. She injured her spine and could no longer walk. It was a real shock to our family. We were so used to seeing her in motion that we simply could not understand why she now had to sit and not move. It was very difficult for all of us, so hard that at first we could not help her with anything. We all gradually got depressed. Then our dad, as he woke up from a long sleep, he gathered us all except for Sadie for a family meeting, and we developed a line of behavior with her. Now we treated her as our equal, trying by all means not to pay attention to this huge change. At first, she was frustrated, demanded that we continue to feel sorry for her and do whatever she wants. But over time, she began to understand that it was just better for her to be independent. By now, she has grown so independent that we even stopped noticing her chair altogether and did not think that she was somehow limited in her abilities. But it turned out that she remembers this, remembers it every day. Sadie always had one dream that she never had time for. She wanted to dance. Athletic dances fascinated her, but the mountains attracted her even more. Now she could not be in the mountains and dancing was not available, but the internet was there. And here you can listen to music and watch dance videos every single day. My parents were delighted to see her new hobby. They hoped that this would help her become even more independent. Recently, Sadie became to spend a lot more time online. No, she hasn't signed up on a dating site, but she clearly met someone. I was terribly curious, but she guarded her secret and did not give me even the slightest chance to look into her laptop. She was so passionate that it became more and more interesting for me. Sometime later, the messaging on the laptop switched to texting on the phone, and now she often received text messages in different apps. She was always waiting for them. And then one day at dinner, she asked our parents for money to learn some computer program. She did not want to explain which one exactly. She just said it was important. My parents agreed without any questions, and my curiosity became even stronger. What's going on? What was Sadie up to? Maybe she talked with hackers and they taught her how to break codes? Or maybe she became a helper of an FBI agent. And when we don't see her, she sits on her laptop, watches his movements, and then tells him into the earpiece where the way out of the trap is. Or maybe she has become a secret fashion stylist of celebrities and orders them many outfits from home, and she needed a program that designs different looks. I had so many options in my head, but I did not know the truth. And lately, Sadie locked herself in her room even more often and spent more and more time texting someone. So the more I wanted to look into her laptop. For more than a month, I tried to see what she was learning, but all my attempts failed, and then one day Sadie lost her guard and did not turn off her laptop. I was finally able to see what she was hiding, and what I saw just killed me. When Sadie caught me studying her laptop, she started screaming that I had no right, but I was so shocked that I did not care. I just got up and silently left the room. She locked herself in her room, and from that day on, in our house, all movements were as if on schedule. She left her room when I was sitting in mine, and I went out when I heard her bedroom door close. Our parents did not understand what was going on, but every time they tried to talk to us, we just shut our doors in front of them. One morning, I woke up early again, lay in my bed and thought, why is she doing this? For what? The photos that I saw on her laptop floated before my eyes. It became clear what program she was trying to learn so hard. But why does she need all this? After all, we all spent so much time on her recovery, and it turns out that we overcame it, but she didn't. Suddenly, there was a soft knock on my room. I thought I imagined it, but no. I opened the door and Sadie was there. "You have to help me," she said in a quick whisper. "This is very important, please." I could not refuse her and went with her. I saw messages on the laptop screen. I read them all and asked for an explanation. Sadie burst into tears and began talking. She said that despite all our efforts, every day, every minute, she thinks about what she has become. She feels awful in this chair. She hadn't had time to do so many things and she so wanted to get rid of it, but it was not possible. She still had a long recovery ahead. And she so wants to dance, hike the mountains as before, to be the star of the school. And then she began to talk to people in different forums, behaving as if nothing had happened. She knew and experienced a lot of things, and it was not difficult for her to seem believable. She liked it because online she was still the same girl as 2 years ago. And there, on one of the forums, she met him, the guy of her dreams. And instead of telling him the truth, she continued her game. Once he asked for a photo, but she understood that a picture from 2 years ago could betray her, and then asked our parents for money to learn Photoshop. She was good at it, and it was these photos that I found on her laptop. It was they who brought me into such shock. On them, she again went hiking in the mountains and of course danced. But today, he wrote her that he can no longer message her at a distance and that he is ready to rescue her from her castle, like some enchanted princess. And then he called and said that she should look out of the window. And now she does not know what to do because he's waiting and she cannot come out like this. I hugged her and said only one thing. You are what you see yourself, and you cannot always hide from their reality. After that, I saw my determined, brave sister again. She went out to meet him. I was so proud of her. They sat in the garden and talked, drank lemonade, and her voice was very happy. After a couple of hours, he left and disappeared. She could not find a place for herself, blamed me for everything, and again hid in her room. A week has passed. In the morning, he again stood by her window near the car and shouted, "Princess, I am waiting for you. Come out. The faithful horse is waiting." She again knocked on my door, panicking, and we got ready for a date. But what he came up with was just a spectacular surprise. It turns out that he disappeared for a week and did not call because, first of all, what he saw came as a shock to him. Yes, she herself made this mess with photos and stories about her active life as a dancer rock climber, and it's hard to blame him for his feelings when they just met. Second of all, the first date reinforced his feelings towards her, and he wanted to see her again. Third of all, he realized how much she liked dancing, and she openly admitted that she completely invented this part of her life. And so he was looking for options on how to help have this dream come true. And today he came to take her to an athletic dance class. We were all looking forward for her return. A year has passed. Now our house is very busy. There's always talk about new dresses for performances, about competitions and trips to other cities. Dad made a separate shelf for Sadie's cups. She returned to school again and was a star. Now many envy her, thinking how lucky she is with her boyfriend. But I believe that she has always been and always will be like that, no matter what. What do you think? Maybe she really wouldn't have achieved all of this without her boyfriend? Leave us some comments and press the like button if you like this story.